how you got to Kelowna and what you've been doing since you got here.
So I got to Kelowna in 2019. July 1st is technically when I moved up here. I was living down in Langley and had a breakup and kind of got tired of work. And my mom was super nice and was like, well, if you start a business or go to school, I got a bedroom for you up in Kelowna.
Oh, nice.
So I was like, all right, I'll take that. And then, I wanted to go to school to be like a financial advisor. Found a way that I was able to do it without going to UBCO, and ended up just dropping it because I didn't really like my mentor at the time, the guy that was training me. So it was probably for the best. And then at that point, the commitment was still there that I had to start a business if I wasn't going to go to school. So,
all right. So that was the agreement with your mom. You had to start a business or go to school.
Yeah. Okay. So started up a detailing business while I was working for a pavement company, and
Nice. That's pretty cool.
Now.
So, what drew you to detailing? Like, why did you get into that?
I didn't want to, but my dad wanted me to get a job, and he was just like, take my Cummins down to Langley Chrysler and apply for a job. They're hiring, and I didn't really want to, but I was like, fine. Like, it's better than working on the farm because I used to hay bale. And
fair enough. Did your parents own a farm or?
No, our family friends did, the Muffords.
Cool.
So, and then they were paying like $13 an hour.
Oh, that's brutal, dude.
Yeah, and I was hay baling. I was like, this sucks. And like, it was never like full hours. It was like 3 hours
the most physical
here,
labor
4 hours.
possible, and you're just getting less than minimum.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So, my dad told me to take the truck down to Langley Chrysler, and then went down there. And the hiring manager was there, and he asked if I could do an interview on the spot. And I said, yeah. He like looked me up and down. I'm 6'3", and he's like, you can touch the top of a vehicle, so you're hired on the spot.
Nice.
So I ended up getting there, and just kind of worked my way up to management and being an assistant manager of the shop. And they had me on piecework, so
nice.
I got paid like a structured amount of time, and if I could get it done quicker, then I make profit on it.
Right.
So I realized that you can make some good money detailing. So I was like,
so you're kind of going by the day then, or? You're getting like paid by the day or getting paid per job?
Per job.
Okay.
So
cool.
A typical job would be 4.5 hours, and then if you can get it done in 3.5, you bank an hour, right?
Right.
So I was able to make some good money there.
Cool. So it's pretty much just as fast as you could get stuff through your. Yeah. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
And then you started your detailing business while you're still working in detailing with them?
No. So I moved up here. So that was just before I moved up, and then got in with a paving company, and then had all the equipment in a storage unit. And I was like, well, might as well start this if I have to start a business to stay in Kelowna. So ended up doing a 9 to 5, and then afterwards doing detailing.
Nice. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
And you mentioned when you started, remember from our last conversation, you were talking about how you kind of did some like Facebook ads or something, and then pretty much all of your customers are just like word of mouth now.
Mm-hmm.
How did you how did you build such a strong trust with the clients?
It's actually a guy that I listen to now. I didn't know at the time, but his name is Jackson Buddha 69 on Instagram. And he has this saying, and I'm going to butcher it, but it's like Mafha. It's like make a friend, help a friend.
Oh, so no, I feel like I might have heard of this.
Yeah, so it's pretty much the principle that I ran by is that if I can do a good enough job for a friend, then I'll have them for my whole career. So every time I'd get a job, I'd do like go the extra mile, or, have a long conversation and really get to know the person and know the family. So like a lot of the time now, they'll just say, hey, my vehicle's here, here's the door code. Like today, it was like, hey, my truck's parked in Lake Country, here's the code to our garage. And like, you've made a friend, and now you have that trust.
And they trust you. Yeah.
Exactly. So, and like, who wouldn't refer someone that's a friend?
Right.
Right. So everyone's trying to help out everyone. So just reflecting back is like doing a good job, but also prioritizing the client, needs, wants, and then just personal life too, right? To get to know the person.
Right. So you really just become a friend with them and do a really good job on their cars, and they want you to come back, right? Yeah. No, that's really cool.
Yeah, which is like a prime example, and just to keep it here in Kelowna is Luke Shen. I ended up doing a job for his brother-in-law, and then the brother-in-law referred me to the mother-in-law, and the mother-in-law referred me to Jessica Shen, and then Jessica Shen put me in a group chat with like Mike Smith, Jerome McGinley, Wade Rennan, like a bunch of the hockey guys.
That's really cool.
So it's like now
that's kind of why you do a bunch of the hockey guys.
Yeah, now you're part of the community, and you like do a good job, and they always treat you like your family, right? Like they come out with like a coffee or a latte, or hey, can I make you a sandwich? Like you've been working on our vehicle for 4 hours, 5 hours, right? So
right.
It's like,
no, that's awesome.
Yeah, you have a sense of like pride while you're working and wanting to do such a good job, because you want everyone to say good things about you, right?
Right.
So,
and you're not just doing like cars now either, right? You're getting into like aircraft and stuff.
Yeah, aviation. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, marina, aviation, RV.
How'd you get like with airplanes? How do you even think about doing those? As like I didn't know they got detailed.
Yeah, I really didn't know either. And then just randomly one day a guy called me saying, have you ever done a plane? I said no, but I'm willing to learn it. And we just used his plane as the first trial.
That's pretty sweet.
And I ended up doing a good job. Gave the guy a discount for not knowing, and was able to take photos and put that on my portfolio online. And one thing led to another, and now doing work for like Earhart Aviation,
cool.
Aurora, North Caribou Air.
Is Aurora the ones in Vernon?
Aurora?
Yeah.
No, they're in the shell hangar.
Okay.
At the airport.
There was a company in Vernon that I almost took flying lessons. I was going to be a pilot for a while.
Yeah. Actually, there's Earhart. They're the pontoon planes that are outside of King Taps, and they also have one on Kalamaka.
Okay, that might be it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was like super close to being a pilot, but then I was like, okay, I'm just gonna be draining my. It's hard to like be a lucrative pilot.
Yeah, but it's freaking cool.
Yeah.
Like seeing those planes take off, I'm just like, whoo.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely on the bucket list. Right?
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Oh, that's really cool. And you're doing helicopters too now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was for Valhalla helicopters.
Yeah, in West Kelowna.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when you first started your business, like, how did you basically make it profitable? Because you were working 2 jobs, right? And
Yeah. To make it profitable, I honestly probably wasn't profitable for the first year.
Okay.
And then leading into the second year, my bookkeeper was like, hey, like if you actually want to make a run of this, you have to up your prices. I was pretty much giving detailing away. I was like $175 for a full detail, which just isn't profitable it takes you like 3.5 hours, 4 hours to do a vehicle.
It was only making like $40 an hour.
Yeah, it was like side money.
Right.
And I was like, oh, like I'm making it happen. But in all reality, like bookkeeper says like, hey, after your expenses, like if you're going to make a run of this, you got to up your prices. So yeah, you just keep increasing your prices every year. But yeah, at least at the start, like it was entry level, kind of get your foot in the door, make clientele, explain your situation to your clients, why you're upping your prices, and most of them stick around.
Right. Cool. You're telling me there's something like you up it by like 25%, and you can kind of gain some 25 for something like that.
Oh yeah, my buddy Romeo, he said he's a landscaper, and he said if you up your prices by 25%, you'll lose 25% of your clientele, but then you have 25% more time to work on your business rather than working in your business.
And you're still making 25% more money on everyone else. So yeah, that's a good idea.
Yep.
I've actually been using that because I was thinking about that with my own business. Like, do I up the price, and how much am I going to lose? And so that was a really good kind of metric to go off of. No, that's really cool.
Yep.
And we were talking kind of about how when you started your company, it's still just you, right? Yeah. And you're thinking about scaling it up a bit now and growing it.
Yeah. I got to.
What are the? Well, why is that?
In December, I'm going for double knee surgery. It'll be like my 4th knee surgery.
Why is that?
Football.
Okay.
Football and lacrosse. So yeah, and then just like not being able to do it, like it's very physical, and also not wanting to do it alone.
What? How is it physical? I'm just curious because
you're bent over all day.
Right.
You're you're bent over. It's quite physical, just like scrubbing everything down, and also working in the sun if you're mobile, or working in a shop.
Right.
It's just like quite hot and whatnot. And just like cranking out 10, 12-hour days.
Right.
Just constantly working can get quite tiresome. But also just not wanting to work alone anymore. Like when you work alone, you can listen to your podcast, listen to your audiobooks and whatnot, but you're very tunnel visioned with your thoughts, and you're only echoing your thoughts to yourself. So like and then also wanting to take what I've learned through audiobooks and podcasts and then applying it to actual work, right? Right. So it's like one thing to listen to everything, but it's another thing to apply. And just trying something new, right? Like, it's like a book I'm reading right now. It's called The Runway of Life by Paul Legg. And he says in it is like, when was the last time that you did something for the first time? And for me, it's been so long, right? Like, I've been working on this for 5, almost 6 years, just doing it by myself.
Right, just working on your own.
You know, like every year, we apply a little bit different strategies or apply something new, but like, I've never truly hired someone. I've never really pushed the envelope in that sense.
Right.
I'm pretty conservative and stay within boundaries, you know, in a sense. So to really push it and see what we can make out of it, right? Like, I have the clientele, I have the work ethic, I know I have the trust within the community. So like, why not try to scale someone else up, right? Like,
and if would it kind of be like if you hired another person, would it be like 2 crews then kind of going out, or would you just try and get jobs done together faster, or like
it'd probably start as like one big group.
Okay.
You know, kind of get your SOPs going, show them the ropes and whatnot, and then scale out towards 2 different crews.
Right.
Whether that be 2 crews within a shop or 2 crews in the shop and 1 mobile, so on and so forth. But
cool.
Yeah.
Have you thought about, like, because I was listening to Hormozy the other day, and he was talking about how it's surprising when you get employees, how they usually don't have any idea how to do like the most basic things that you think are super basic. So like, how hard is, like, how long do you think it would take to like train somebody, or do you have like a training plan that you're working on or something like that?
The only thing I can refer to in that sense is like when I was assistant manager. It takes probably a good 6 months to really get them to where you want, but to get them to do basics is a few months.
Right.
Right. Like, we have a system of operations like booklet that I've already written down. So like, sometimes I'll bring a subcontractor in and then just kind of give them a booklet to read and then apply.
Cool.
That way they're not just like running around with their head cut off.
So you have brought in subcontractors before?
Yeah. But I've never.
What for? What, just detailers?
Yeah. Just like chaotic days. Just being
Right.
like, hey, I can't get this all done in one day. Like, I'm gonna have to bring someone in.
Cool. How do you make money on a subcontractor? Just like out of curiosity, because I've thought about that too.
Yeah. So I just hire them, and then I charge out the job, and then I just pay them whatever their job is for the day, whether it be like $25, $30 an hour.
Okay, cool. So you just hire people who charge like less than you charge for a job or whatever. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So say we charge $125, pay the guy $30, covers food,
right?
Like lunch for the day.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, we were talking about, it seems like you got you have a lot of really cool photos in your Instagram of some pretty sweet cars, and it's pretty cool how you got a lot of like really higher end clients, as well as the like just a big range of clientele. I think we were talking about how the cheaper jobs kind of like they keep you busy through the month, and then like some of the bigger jobs really like make the month pay well, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's kind of how you structure it.
Yeah, and like, you don't just get to like do all the nice cars, the exotic cars. You got to eat a lot of shit sandwiches,
right?
And then you got to build the trust up, and build reviews, and then those people start to see the reviews, and then they'll come.
Yeah, that's cool. Do you do that a lot with your business? Like, ask for reviews and stuff?
I used to be.
Yeah.
I haven't asked for reviews in like 2 years.
All right, why is that?
I don't know. I just got tired of it. I think I hit 100. I hit 50 on one site and then 100 on another site, and I was just like pretty tired of it.
Right.
Just
asking
you get
people.
like 1 in 4 people, 1 in 5 people to actually do it. Everyone says yes, but in all reality, and I'm not one to like really push. This is probably a default to myself, but I don't push anyone, right? Like, someone says, yeah, I'm going to do it. Well, then I'm just going to say, like, yeah, they're going to do it. I don't follow up and say, hey, give me a review. Hey, give me a review. But there's been a lot of people that have been nice about it, and they do it. But it's something I'm definitely going to have to get back onto. Like, as you take your foot off the gas pedal, other people still have their foot on the gas, right? So I've noticed it. And like, there's guys in town that are cranking out reviews, and you got to keep up, right?
Is it a pretty competitive market, like detailing?
Yeah. But a lot of people come and go with the seasons.
That's nice.
But it's nice too, like, there's a few that are outstanding right now, and like, that their ways are tried and true. and they're going to be around for a while, which is nice.
Right.
But there's a lot of people that come and you'll see it like on their Google reviews, like there'll be like no description, or it'll be like a lot of the same like last names or whatever, like just buddies giving them reviews.
Right.
Like they show their colors, but yeah, you gotta get the reviews regardless.
Cool. Do you have like a lot of downtime? Or, like, does the business kind of have any slow time during the year, or is it pretty solid all the way through?
It's relatively solid throughout the year. There's going to be a time, like say this year's like summer break, July, like the last week of the summer break. I noticed there was a slow period. I'm just going to assume that it was like people trying to get the last little bits of summer out of family time.
Yeah.
And then it slows down in January as everyone's like, new year, new me. I got to cut back after a wild Christmas spending habit spree. But yeah, there's like a few pockets here and there, but relatively speaking, it's quite crazy. Like spring is 6-7 days a week, leading up into the summer, and then fall's quite crazy. Whether that be people wanting to put their boats away, or RVs away, or sports cars away for the season. But yeah,
cool.
Yeah, there's little pockets.
Nice. Well, it's nice to have a business that kind of keeps steady throughout the year, for sure.
Yeah, it hasn't always been like that. Like you have to build your book of business. Like there was times where back in the early days, like there was tons of times where I was like, I don't have any work, or you know, I had work, but then I had a few cancellations, and that really throws your week off.
Right.
But once you get a good foundation, you should be good.
Well, was there any point there where like, because I know when you're starting a company, like you just said, there's some slow times. Like, was there any point where you're like you weren't sure if you could actually keep the business going or anything like that?
I don't really know. Like, I always knew that I could keep it going, but did I want to?
Right. Well, did you want to?
There's been so many times where I said no, like, I'm tired of this shit, like, this is bullshit. But just kept it going. In the wintertime, like, if you're strictly a mobile detailer in town, like the wintertime, you're off for 4 months. And that was fine for me at one period of time. Like, I was younger, made the good money for the season, and then I'd just go travel.
Right. Nice.
But I've always been good enough with my money that I knew that the company wouldn't collapse in that sense. But there's been many times where I was like, I don't know if I want to keep the company going.
Right. So, or it wasn't really making as much as you wanted it to, or.
Yeah, like multiple reasons, like having tons of tough days, misquoting stuff, or not having the internal confidence or understanding your true personal value to be like, hey, this vehicle is not what we described, or you didn't describe it, or I misquoted you without seeing the vehicle, and then just not having the balls to say, hey, I fucked up and we need to reevaluate the pricing of this vehicle. There's tons of times where I was just like, why am I kicking myself and not applying it? Like every time I do a job like this, I tell myself next time you got to change it up, and I never do. So just having that personal value to be like, and confidence to be like, no, like we got to up our prices, and then there's going to be so many variables, right? Like,
Well, I guess that it kind of probably comes with over time when you're in the business longer, you get more confident because you know what people are going to be willing to deal with, I guess, right?
Yeah. So yeah, there's been a ton of times like that, but you work through it.
What do you think like the difference is when people, because there's so many people like start businesses, I see so many people my age starting businesses, and even older people, but then they don't last. Like, what do you think the difference is between people who stay in business and actually make it successful and people who don't?
Having a short time fuse. Right?
What's that mean?
Like, get it done quick. Like, if you're gonna structure a business, like, I should reword it. Like, figure it out beforehand. Like, have your roadmap. Like. How you're going to do your business, and then execute it fast but slow. It's kind of weird. Like, you got to go get your clientele as fast as you can, whether it be paying, like I didn't do this, but like reflecting back, this is how I would have wanted to do it. But get your ads going and crank out money into that so that you have no downtime making money, and then you're making money, but also just have your head down, and don't look up. Like, we're in a world full of like quick dopamine hits, and everyone's like, I'm gonna make it quick with like crypto or whatever, or some e-commerce gig, but it's really just slow. Like, it's fast and slow.
Right. It takes time.
Yeah, and it's like you're not gonna make a ton of money right off the bat. Like, you're gonna have a ton of downtime. You're gonna have a ton of setbacks, but just put one foot in front of another, like every day. Like Andy Frisella talks about, is like having your power list. Like, what is 3 things that you have to do to put yourself forward for the next day, or whatever the case, right? Like, if I do these 3 things, then I've won the day. And just doing that and stacking your days, right? So that if you've, won 25 days of the month, then you've won the month, right? And if you won a quarter of or if you won 7 months of the year, like, you're winning, right? Like, stuff like that. That's cool. I don't know.
Did it take? Because I think a lot of people's expectations are they'll make the business work faster than they actually will. Like, when you were starting, did it take longer than you thought it would?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, it's realistically, it's last couple of years have really fermented, right? Like, before 3 years, like, doing fine. Like, first year kind of like sucked. Second year was better. Third year had enough clientele. Fourth year, I was like completely fed up with it. I upped my prices significantly, to the point where it's like, if people say no, then I'll be happy that it falls. Right. But I had good.
So wait, hold on. So just to go on that.
Yeah.
So you upped your prices to the point where you were kind of like hoping that people would say no, so that it would kind of fail. Okay.
Yeah, and then in just the last couple of years, it's been really good.
So I'm guessing people didn't say no.
People didn't say no. So then that's kind of
nice.
stuck with it, right?
Right.
Like, I'm obligated to do it now.
So I guess it probably means that people really like what you do if they're willing to pay, for it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's good.
That's like the Mahoff thing, like,
Right.
make a friend, help a friend, but also just like being yourself, showing up on time. Like, that was a big thing. Like, contractors are always late, but I always was like, made a point of it to be on time, and if you're like on time, you're late. Like, so it's like 5 minutes, 15 minutes early, or else you're late, right? So stuff like that really helps with business.
I remember we were talking about, if you got like a important job, like what jobs did you prioritize and stuff like that? How did you deal with that?
I never really prioritized jobs. Like,
okay.
First come, first serve. So you book an appointment, I'll take you on. If someone else books, I'll try to fit them in if I can, or I'll work a weekend.
Right.
But yeah, typically it's first come, first serve.
Cool. So you're pretty reliable. You aren't like canceling on people and stuff.
No, I hate that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only time I've canceled on people is like if I've sprained an ankle in lacrosse or hurt my knee in football, and that's like, it's happened like 3 times maybe.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know I've met a lot of business owners who are always like, they'll take the best job first, and then anything else that they have, they kind of push to the side. And I don't know if you've noticed that, but
yeah, I've definitely heard some people doing that. It's one way of doing business, but it's just not the way that I want to do business.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. That's cool. So, and since you've started, you said you listen to a lot of podcasts and stuff. Is that something like? Do you have any good recommendations for listening to since?
Yeah. I really like Ed Milet. He's got a good podcast. Layla Hormozi, Alex Hormozi.
Yeah, I've been listening to Layla a little bit more recently.
Yeah,
she's actually got really good stuff. Yeah,
she's really good. MFCEO Project by Andy Frisella.
Okay.
Cool. Builds business. He's got a new podcast, Real AF, but it's a little bit more political.
Okay, I think I've seen some clips from that one.
Yeah, those are good. Also, the Rich Habits podcast by Austin Hankwitz and Robert Croak. Okay. It's all about finance, which is really good.
Cool. Yeah, we were talking a bit about that too. You're really into investing.
Yeah.
I only started doing that recently, but
Yeah.
how did you get started with investing?
I was interested at an early age, but never really knew how to apply myself to it. And then end up having a sit down with Lane Merrifield from Club Penguin, or he's also the CEO of Disney Canada.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
How'd you get to know him?
I played football with him.
Oh, no way. That's
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
And then, had to sit down with him and kind of just set me straight with like, well, simple. And then just told me like, if you're going to invest in anything, like do your research and just get obsessed about it. Like how he is with like computer chips and whatnot. Like that's
Right.
how he started. So ended up doing that and just kind of carried it forward.
What kind of investing do you do?
Crypto
Right.
and traditional stocks, S&P, Nvidia, Walmart.
Yeah. Do you like the more? Is it more the long term stuff, or you do like some day trading as well? Because
I don't do day trading.
Okay.
There's occasionally stuff that I'll buy and like hold for a week during like a hype cycle.
Right.
Say like last winter was quantum computing, so I got into Rigetti. And quantum computing stock, it was like last December, like 15th, and got in at like $1 and like rode
Nice.
it up to, I think it was like $13. Came
That's
back
not bad.
down, bought back at like $5, went back up to like 23, and then it like completely went down again to like $10.
Nice.
And yeah.
So
But-
did you hold all the way to the $10, or did you sell in there as well?
Oh, I bought and then I sold, or sorry, I sold and then I bought and then I
Nice,
sold
nice.
and then I left it and like kind of walked away from it. I was like,
Mhm.
it's just like a hype thing when NVIDIA's owner came out and said like quantum computing is going to be 10 years away.
Right.
I was like, I won't look at it again. And then I looked at it and it was like Rigetti was like, this was a month ago. Rigetti was at like $54 American. And I had
Wow.
originally bought it for like $1.
That's awesome.
But I had sold it like at 12 and then bought again at like 5 or 6 and then sold again at 23. So I like
That's pretty cool.
I missed another 100% up,
Right.
but
Wow.
it is what it is.
I always end up buying at a good time, but then I hold too long and
Yep,
yeah.
full circle.
Yeah.
I've done that many times. I'm actually like the market pulled back again like the last couple of weeks, and I've been kicking myself like with
Right.
everything, right? Like I don't know. It is what it is. Like it all goes in cycles.
Right. Yeah. What with crypto? Because I don't really know much about crypto. What do you invest in there?
What you should invest or what I have invested in, because I've wasted a ton of money in crypto. It's
Okay.
not even something that I'd probably advise people to like look into other than Solana, Bitcoin, Ethereum,
Right.
like maybe XRP, but yeah,
I
wouldn't.
see the XRP memes all the time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's tough because like it's gone up. I looked the other day, it was like up 329% on the year, which is great. But I think it was up like 450 or 500 for the year, like a couple months ago.
Right.
And then it's just done a bunch of chop since. But yeah, like with cryptocurrencies, and it might have changed now. And I'm no professional at all, but they typically go in 4-year cycles.
Okay. Interesting. What does that mean?
So they're bull cycles of 4 years, and then it goes into a bear cycle for 12 to 18 months.
Okay.
So you'll have a big run up, all these things are going crazy, and then it's a blow off top, and then it comes back down for 12 months. So essentially, or exactly what happened to Bitcoin after COVID.
Right.
It had a big run up during COVID. Everyone had their stimmy checks, and then it collapsed, right? So
Right.
it went up to like, when it was like 78,000 Canadian, and it went down to maybe 25,000.
What's it sitting at now? Like 52
Like
something?
137.
Oh, never mind.
It
Okay.
touched 175 a month ago.
Wow.
So
Nice.
it's got a 20-something% pullback or something like that. But
Okay.
yeah, it's been fine.
So are we kind of like at the start of that 4-year cycle
No.
then now? Okay.
No, not at all.
Where
The 4-year cycle passed like 2 weeks ago.
oh, so
But
now it should be going down for a bit?
it depends on.
I know it's not like
I
super
guess the thing is
accurate,
like it
but-
depends. Like it's
Right.
changed. Like there's institutional money now, right? Like there's people's 401ks involved, like with the IBIT from BlackRock.
Right.
You can invest in that sense. So I don't know how the markets are going to work out. I don't know if there are 4-year cycles anymore, but whenever you're investing in cryptocurrency, like know the risk and also know that it's a long-term play.
Right.
Like it's not a get-rich-quick scheme. Like if you do want to do that, it's not going to be probably on the top brokerages. Like they're going to be like on some
meme coin or something.
Yeah, some meme coin where they have some 10,000% run-ups, but don't expect massive moves anymore as it becomes more of the norm. Like you don't get the volatility as much anymore.
You think it's like crypto's like something that's going to be around permanently?
Yeah.
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 I know there's a lot of like controversy over that, and like why do you think it's pretty safe, I guess?
You got BlackRock involved to it now, right? Like you got everyone's 401ks, Roths involved, and
so all the elite kind of
are
part of it now.
Yeah, and also just like you got the internet kids involved now, right? Like everyone's moved to the internet. They want the online money. Like you don't really deal with money in hand anymore. It's like all debit cards, credit cards, or Venmo, or whatever the case.
Right.
So I think it is the way of the future. Like everything's gonna be digitalized, and just like seeing the community space of it all, and like how much people are investing themselves into it, and like you had the internet.com, and now we got AI and crypto. So I think it's going to go that way. There's going to be setbacks. Like it's not going to be a straight up shoot. There's going to be tons of setbacks and questioning of it, questioning the security of it with quantum computing coming into play. Like, but also with quantum computing, you'd be worrying about other people's.
What is quantum computing? I'm not even sure what that is. So.
I'm not an expert on it, but essentially it's strong computers that can unlock. So like, it's strong computers that can unlock codes and like backdoor passwords and whatnot.
Okay.
So essentially that's what it is. From the brief read up that I've had, like,
interesting.
People are worried that it'll be able to figure out everyone's seed codes to their cryptocurrency accounts, but also at the same time, it could do that for your bank account too, right?
Right.
So it's high-powered computers figuring out security issues.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And well, I've also heard that some people talking about this. I could be completely wrong here. You definitely know more about this topic than I do. But I've heard some people talking about how like the U.S. government might make their own like cryptocurrency. Like, do you think that's like something that could be brought in as well?
Yeah, sure. I don't see it not happening. It's a possibility, or they could just do what they've done already, is just like pegging the USDT. So it's a stable coin, cryptocurrency. So it's like they could just peg the American dollar to USDT.
Right.
So there's not too much fluctuation in the pricing.
So you can trade it through crypto, but it's still like, is that kind of how it works?
Yeah. You say like you have a Coinbase account, you just upload your bank account, your debit card account to your Coinbase account, and then you can just, if you want to purchase USDT, you can, which is a stable coin essentially, it's pegged to the American dollar already, and then you can just transfer that, or you can convert it to whatever you want to purchase, whether it be a Bitcoin, Ethereum, and then when you want to trade out of it, you just go back into USDT.
So kind of just like what you do if you're buying stocks or ETFs or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, in a way.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, because I do a bit of investing with like ETFs and stuff. I've got like $20 in Bitcoin. I honestly got to fix that, but I think you were saying you invest pretty much every day, right?
Yeah. I just automate it, keeps it simple.
Nice.
So
do you do it like a percentage, or how does that work?
No, I just do like $15 a day into the S&P 500, so VFV, and then I'll do $20 a day into IBIT from like my RSP account, just for tax purposes. Right.
And why do you invest in the VFV? Like, what's the reason for that?
It just simplifies everything.
Okay.
Like it's the top 504 companies.
So what's the difference between S&P 500 and the VFV?
Same thing.
Okay.
It's just the Canadian version of it. So like in America, you'll have like VOO.
Okay.
It's like the equivalent to the S&P 500. In Canada, you have VFV, which is just our version of it, just our Canadian wrapper version of the S&P.
Interesting. And it's tracking the same thing.
Yes.
Yeah. Cool. Is there any like benefit to doing the Canadian one?
Yeah, you don't have to pay the 15% tax withhold. There's like some agreement with America, the treaty agreement. You have to hold 15 or withhold 15%. So in Canada, you don't have to do that. But if you were to,
That's nice.
like, I'm not a CPA, so it's like, from what I've heard, like if you want to do RSP, then VOO would probably be better, just because there is that treaty that they don't have to withhold the 15%. Pay the penalty down the road, I guess.
Cool. What do you think your biggest mistake was, like with investing? What's the biggest mistake you've made investing?
FOMO, fear of missing out.
Okay.
It happened like 6 weeks ago.
What happened?
Just before the shutdown, there was like a big, or I think it was just at the start of the shutdown, so like that would have been like 44 days ago. Critical earth metals were a big hype, and I was watching this one. It was CRML, I think it is, with the ticker, and it went from $7 up to like $34, and I was just like watching it throughout the day, and I was just like, I'm gonna jump in, and I jumped in at like the worst time. Oh gosh, I ended up losing like $2,600.
Oh, brutal.
Yeah, I was like, this is my shot. I'd been sitting on the sidelines for a while, like building up a opportunity pot, and I was like, this is my opportunity. Jumped in, and I was just like, God dang, lost like $2,600.
Do you have like when you're doing that, do you have like a strategy you use, or
not in that case? Not in that case. I was like, this is the hype train. Like I just fear of missing out, and I hopped. Like that's the thing. Is like I went from like $7 to it was like $20, and I had a pullback, and I was like hovering there, and I was just like talking to my mom on the phone, and then it like jumped up to $27, and I was like,
it's always when you're distracted too,
I was like, what the heck's going on? And I was like, I have to jump in. Jumped in, and then like it was right before market closed, and after market closed, it had like another run, and then market opened, and it just like went down. I was like, oh no, I'm not gonna fall off this train, you know, like it's gonna pull, like this is just like a bear trap.
Not gonna sell low.
Yeah, I know. And then it went down again, and it went down again, and it went down for like 5 days straight, and I was just like, I'm out. So, but yeah, biggest mistake, like, and the thing is, like, it could wipe out a good portion of your year, right? If you take big jabs like that. So yeah, fear of missing out.
Have you ever read Best Loser Wins? I think it's called. I've been reading that one actually. It's really interesting. He's like a trader, and he just talks about like the psychology behind trading, and because it's tough. Because I do more of like the daily stuff, but yeah, if you're it's so easy to like get your emotions mixed up in it, and then just do something because you feel like, well, FOMO is exactly right. It's a brutal game. Like it's hard.
So now I just stay to the tried and true, like S&P 500, or like companies that you trust, right? Like you set up your base, whatever you want to set your base up as. Like in my case, it was like 100K of just like tried and true, and then you can dabble in other things like Tesla or Nvidia or cryptocurrencies, but have your base set up and then go from there.
Do you think investing is something everyone should be doing? Like, is it pretty important?
Yeah. I actually just saw a study. It was like more people are gambling on sports than investing for their future now. That's crazy. Which is wild.
That is insane.
Yeah.
Although I guess if you have a really good like strategy, gambling probably works out too. I don't know.
Vegas wasn't built on winners.
Right?
Yeah, so
that's funny.
But yeah, no, people definitely have to be investing for the future, right? Like especially with inflation being say 3%, like your money's getting weaker by the day.
Well, that's something I hear a lot is people say, well, yeah, you can invest whatever, but you know, 30 years from now, inflation is just going to eat it all anyway. Like, what do you think? What do you say to that?
It eats a portion of it.
Right.
But that's the whole purpose, right? Like, if you want to take risk, you can make more than inflation. If you want to just be at inflation rate, like just put it into like a GIC or a high yield savings account. But yeah, like you have to be investing. Like just the numbers show.
Right.
If you don't, then you're gonna be regretting it, right? Like, unfortunately, you're gonna be probably the door welcomer at Walmart.
Right. Yeah.
Like
exactly.
in your 70s, being like, I can't afford to retire, which is unfortunate. But if you can do it, then do it, right? Like it's like the multipliers. Like I think $1 invested when you're in your early 20s equals like $64 at retirement.
That's crazy.
And then it slowly goes down from there. But it's like, why not take the multiple?
Right. Yeah, totally.
Right.
Yeah. And I think it's pretty, like, some of these things, I don't know what your thoughts on the S&P 500 are, but like how reliable do you think they are? Like, if the market ever, do you think the market could even ever crash with that kind of a stock, right? ETF?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, like,
Markets crash.
I know, but like crash out completely.
No.
Like, okay. I didn't think so.
No. Yeah, there's a bunch of studies, but like, there's cycles, right? Like, there's blow off tops and then they go down, and you know, it takes forever sometimes. Like, I think after the Great Depression, it took, was it like 20 years for it to recover? But even then, like,
It's always going to keep moving up.
it just keeps moving, right? It's like, it's profits and revenues of companies. So it doesn't show the economy. Like, it's just the revenues of these companies, like the magnificent Meg 7.
Right.
But yeah, no, there's crashes. But also, like, you want crashes sometimes. Like, it sucks.
Gives you an opportunity
it gives
to
you an
buy.
opportunity to
Yeah.
buy. Exactly. So yeah, it's just the ebbs and flows of the market. And that's the thing of like automating it, is that you just put the money away into something that you believe in, and you just don't look at it, right?
Yeah.
Like, put them in the right accounts. You got your TFSA, you got your RSP, you got your FHSA,
Right.
you got your non-reg.
And then you just ignore it for 20 years, pretty much.
Yeah, and that's the nice thing is, like, I don't really buy anything crazy. I don't drink Starbucks coffee, and I don't drink, and I don't do drugs. So it's like,
Right.
you know, it's like one of your reels the other day. You said that drinking on the weekends
crazy.
is what's keeping you broke, and it's true. Like,
Yeah.
you know, you go out, you might have, so you gotta buy your pre-drinks.
Yeah.
And then you got to get your taxi, and then you got to buy your meal for the night, and then you got to start drinking, and you got to get taxi home, and it's just like, it's $200-300 a night.
It's crazy how much it costs. And then the thought that goes through my mind, because I'm like, I don't like spending money. The thought that goes through my mind is, the more you drink, the more you're not going to be worried about buying more drinks, right? And then I'm like, I can imagine myself buying drinks for multiple people. I'm like, that's terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and just like, hey buddy, let's buy a drink, or I'll get you a drink. And then it's like, I don't know, back when I was drinking, it was like $12 a drink. I don't know what it is now. Maybe it's like $14-15 a drink. So it is what it is. But and it's like, you don't have to quit drinking altogether, but just like limit it. Like, that's just what I tell some of my younger buddies is like, if you're going out drinking 3 times a night, why don't you do it once a night? Like, because every night's not the best time. So why don't you just like limit it, and then that one time that you go out, it's going to be a better time than the 3 times that you go out, and you save the money.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, you're not as foggy the next day, like everything like that, right?
Well, because I worked in hospitality for a while, and those guys are getting plastered every night, man. And it's got to be, you can see how brutal it is, because I'm tired. I'm coming to work, I feel tired, and I'm not drinking. They're coming to work, and they're like hungover, and they're barely awake, and it's like, and they're broke full time, right? Because you could blow like $500 in a night, easy.
Oh yeah, and then let alone go to the casino after.
Right. Yeah. You're not exactly making a good strategic moves either when you're, drunk.
And also like, if you're doing anything for your body, like if you're into like the gym, so for me, I was into the gym while I was drinking, and I was a solid 250, and then I stopped going to the gym, but I kept the bad habits, and then I went up to 270.
Right.
But I didn't have any muscle, right? Like, so it's things like that. Like, as we're young, we can do it, and as you start to get older, you start packing on the weight, right? Like, this leads to bad habits.
I think it's just generally one of the more unhealthy things, right? Like, we like to nitpick. It seems like our society really nitpicks on certain things. Like, they'll go, I can't think of it, something, but like an energy drink or something, and they'll really like, this is terrible for you, which it is. But then they're fine to go drinking twice a week or something.
I love a good energy drink.
Right. Yeah.
I'm a big advocate on energy drinks. Yeah. But like, that's the thing is like, I'll expand on that. Like, I love energy drinks. I'll probably have like 1 a day, 2 a day, to be honest with you. Actually, a few days ago, it was 5 days sober.
Nice.
But then I had 2 today.
That takes a lot of willpower, man.
Yeah. No, but it's one thing to drink the sugary ones. You could pack on a ton of weight.
Mm-hmm.
Your metabolism goes all over the place. You're like shaky. You're hungry. You're not hungry, or whatever the case. If you're drinking the sugar-free ones, not so bad. But if you're gonna tell me not to drink them, don't be vaping. Don't be drinking.
Right. Yeah,
don't be
exactly.
drinking 4 fucking Cokes in a day.
Oh,
Like there's
totally.
some of these people that are telling me what to do. I'm just like, how's your finances? How's your
Right,
business?
yeah.
How's your health? Like,
Yeah.
come on. Like, quit trying to critique everyone else and just like have some time, reflect on yourself, and be like, can I even be talking on this? Like, that's one
Right.
thing. Like,
Yeah.
as I was younger, I used to be very opinionated, and I was just like, man, everyone's going through their shit. Like, if this is their vice of drinking a sugar-free energy drink,
Right. Yeah.
fuck it, let them be.
Yeah.
There's so many
totally.
other things we could be doing, like, especially with like mental health and everything, like whatever, like vaping, cigarettes, drinking, like gambling, like those are all things. And
Yeah.
I catch myself like, hey, like there was a time where I was gambling, and I was just like, what's going on? Why am I gambling? And it's like, am I unhappy in life? What, like, you know, like there's reasons why we're giving ourselves these vices, and you figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah. And you work on it, right? Like if you're trying to be a decent, human being of any kind, you're going to be trying to work on yourself anyway. And so then it's just like encourage people who are trying to work on themselves, I think is the main thing. I mean, and even like something like gambling, right? When you think about it, it seems like such a stupid thing. But I remember me and a friend, we would always like bet on the F1 races for a while, and it was just like between us, the two of us. And then I was like, why am I, spending $40 on a stupid race? Like, what is this, right?
Yeah.
And so it's just because you get caught up in stuff so easy, right?
Yeah, for sure. And like, also just having that reflection with yourself and just being like, what type of personality do I have?
Right.
And for myself, I know I have a very addictive personality. Like that's
Right.
why I'm addicted to energy drinks.
Yeah. Same. Yeah.
But just like knowing that I can't try drugs, because if I try drugs, I'll be on it. Like
Right.
I was drinking like 4 days a week at one point, having a great time doing it, whatnot. Spent a ton of money, but like I just know that if I'm on it, then I'm on it. And same thing with gambling is like I was gambling like Friday, Saturday, and it's like just reflecting because I was just bored. Right. Like, and it wasn't tons of money. It was like $100, maybe $200 at a time.
But it adds up.
It adds up,
time.
exactly.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is like, I put it all in a spreadsheet on my phone.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, on this date, I spent this much gambling. Okay. And then like at the end of the year, I found out my profit P&L, and then I was like up. So I was like, oh, I'll just carry that through the next year. Like I'm up.
Right.
I'm like, I'm on winnings. And then that next year I lost. And then like, it was like 6 months into the next year, I was just like, and I'm even deeper.
Right.
So it's like, okay, I was on my phone, but like $1,500 loss.
Right.
I'm like, well, I don't want to continue this. It's not making me happy. It makes me feel
Right.
stupid. And now that I see that I'm actually losing money consistently, that this isn't worth it. This isn't worth my time. Like, yes, it's one thing to kill time for entertainment purposes, but it's making me feel stupid.
There's other ways.
Yeah, like so, like let's just cut this off. So like, I have an agreement with my wife that like we don't gamble in our city. Like if we go, we traveled to like Germany, and it's like, hey, there's a casino that you actually have to pay money to get into, and you have to wear a suit and everything. Like, is it going to be an experience?
Right.
And we brought 100 euros with us. And I was like,
Yeah.
that's the time to do it. But I'm not going to go gambling in my own city now.
Right. Well, you're paying for an experience.
Yeah.
And that's part of the experience, and I think that's that's cool.
Yeah.
Like for me, I don't smoke or anything, but occasionally, like if I'm I go camping with the boys or something, and it's like you have a Cuban cigar or something, right? And that's like it's an experience, right?
Yeah.
And you're not. I think when you can, because I have the same thing, the addictive personality, as long as you know you control it kind of thing, right? Because I think for me, I'm also somewhat controlling, and so as long as I know I've controlled it to like a certain
degree,
parameters are set around it,
then
I know I'm gonna be probably fine.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. We had the wife, she took me to Paris.
Nice.
And I had just proposed to her in Neuschwanstein, Germany. It's like this big castle.
Cool.
And then we took a speed train over to Paris. And then she's like, oh, I got us like a hotel. And I was like thinking, okay, it's just like a normal hotel. But it was like at the top floor. We had like the Eiffel Tower right in front of us. And then she's like, oh, why don't you get like a cigar or something? And I didn't know at the time. So I got myself a cigar and it's like smoking a cigar with like a bottle of wine looking at the Eiffel Tower. It was really sweet.
That's
so like,
cool.
But just like limiting it. So that like those moments are special, or those moments are exciting. But if we're just constantly doing them, you just get bored of them.
Yeah, that's the other thing, right? Because it's always, you end up not actually having fun with things that should, be in a fun setting because you do them all the time. And I don't know what you think about this, but I think it's just like a lack of discipline maybe in our culture.
That could go down to pornography too.
Oh, totally. Absolutely.
If you're just getting it on your phone, then you've not put the effort in to do it in real life, or even if you do it in real life, then it's like it's not as fun.
Well, totally. I think that's like a huge
discipline.
Issue. Yeah. Well, because we're literally, and then with AI coming out too, like it's a major problem because people aren't, well, from my perspective anyway, my friends, it doesn't seem like people are getting married as much as they used to anymore. And I think porn is a huge part of that. And now where you can like cater to yourself whatever you want, how are you, like, you have to be disciplined to even just go out there and talk to a girl, right? It's a huge problem, I think. Yeah,
it's quite funny that you bring up the AI thing, because it just brought a memory up of, like, I think it was like Scary Movie like 2 or 3, where this guy gets to create his own girl, or she can form into like whatever she wants. It's like a Narnia scene, and she was like one of the Avengers or some weird shit. But he just like told her, like, yeah, I want a big bum, or I want big boobs, or I want like granny arms or whatever. And it's just like, you're just creating this massive blob of any fantasy that you want that's not going to be real, right? And then it's like, when you actually truly get a partner that you love and care for, you just kind of feel like there's a void to it,
right? Yeah,
you've
totally.
been, like, training yourself for these expectations that are never going to be fulfilled.
Yeah, because I think that's the big issue with social media is we're getting this we're getting this view on the world that's perfect, right? And because I was talking about this just the other day, is like, I made a highlight reel the other day of my life, and I watched it, and I was like, that's such a cool life. I wish I could live that life, but it's my life, you know what I mean? And that's what we get from social media, is like the perfect relationships, the perfect lives, and that's why everyone's like always wanting the next best thing, and it's stupid, I think.
Yeah, and also just like, I was watching actually an Instagram reel the other day, and the guy was talking about how society has now become movie characters. Like we're becoming characters of a movie rather than just living our lives. Like we're propping up our kids to be these perfect kids, or we're propping up our life to be like this perfect thing every moment, and we're trying to capture it so that we could show other people how perfect our life is, rather than just living our life to be perfect.
Interesting. Yeah, that's a good point.
Like, I don't film anything because I try to, like, personally just try to enjoy the moment.
Right.
But then there's times where I kick myself, being like, oh, why didn't I take a photo there, just for my sake of like reflecting back on, like back in the day, like I'm from the 90s, right? And like my mom just dropped off this big old box full of like old photos, and like you'd have to take your time and have the film developed and printed and everything like that. And now it's like all just digital photos, right? And like you lose your iCloud password, they're all gone. And like, I don't know, just like having those moments to reflect back on, be like, oh, like we went to Paris, or we went to Germany, or we went to Fiji, like wherever, and just like, what were we doing?
Well, even I think we think about it as like, we have so many more options to have all these memories now with like photos or whatever, right? But it's like, it's actually the opposite, because my grandchildren are not going to spend time flipping through my phone going over like the different photos I took of the same meal, like the 50 different photos, right? Like they're never going to do that. But I would go and look at like my grandparents' photos where you can go through like 5 years in 4 photos, right? Yeah. And it's like, wow, this is amazing. But I don't think that's not going to exist anymore. Like, who would do that?
Yeah.
Right.
It definitely different times. But yeah, it's always nice, like being, like my wife was going through the box and be like, oh, was this you or your brother? And it's like, oh, that was me. Or like, this is you or your brother. It's like, oh, that's actually my cousin. Right. And then you like flip over the photo, and it's like 1999. You're like, holy cool. Like I was 2 years old or whatever. And like, I don't know, you just get that. And now you have to click on your phone and be like, oh, okay, it was 2005 that photo was taken or whatever. It's a different experience, but yeah, just capturing those moments and capturing them for yourself, not for others. And if you want to post it, then post it for what it is, not for what you hope it was.
Right. I kind of noticed that a bit when I was doing content for like just like a daily vlog. There was like I was trying to make my vlog, my daily thing, feel really impressive, right? Because that's what everyone does. And and that puts a lot more stress on your life too, right? Because you're like trying to impress people, and it's really stupid. I mean, just be yourself, and people want to see. I think, do you think there's like a more of like a desire to see genuine humanity nowadays than there used to be, just with like all of the fake stuff?
Yeah, people want to see, like, that's the full length YouTube, right? Like that bodybuilder Sam, like he just does full length. Like people love that. They'll watch the whole thing rather than these like perfect little clips.
Right.
Personally, I'd rather see the real life stuff. Like I don't want to see these, like even like Kelowna, it's like the fake lips and the fake eyebrows and the fake cheeks and everything, fake boobs and everything. Like I'm just not into it. I don't want to see that. Like I'd rather see like natural beauty or someone just being themselves. And like I think that's what social media should be for. Like not just there's times and places and like sponsorships or deals, collabs, or a certain genre that people want to go look at. But like just for the daily people, I think everyone wants to see like, hey, like how do I actually start up a business? Or hey, how do I actually start up social media? Or hey, how do I actually start investing?
Right.
For an everyday person like that doesn't have tons of money, like
Yeah, totally.
Like how do you start up a business with $1,000? How do I start investing with $1,000? How do I, pay for ads with $1,000 without?
Yeah, it all costs money, and you got to figure out all these things, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like I'm tired of seeing the fake stuff.
Yeah. Well, you get all these promises too, right? And I think that's all these promises that the people who are promising things didn't actually. That's not how it worked for them. But now they're saying, "Oh, this is how it works," and it's just like, it's stupid.
Yeah, it's like it's a pretty common saying, but it's like don't judge your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 10, right?
Right.
Like, and that's what we're getting is people are proclaiming to be this big thing online, like with all these potential fake followers and likes and everything like that. It's just like you don't even know it's real. You don't even like. There's certain models online that are AI. Like
it's crazy.
AI. It's like I don't know. I'd rather just see a bunch of homies like posting their engagement or their kids or like they got this new job or they went on vacation. Like that's what I want to see.
Well, and I guess that's kind of one of the questions I had for you is like, you have a wife or a fiance, right? And how do you balance having like a personal life, like being engaged to somebody and running a business and all that stuff, because it takes a lot of time?
Yeah, it just comes down to communication, right? Like there's gonna be seasons within business and personal life, and just being upfront, being like, hey, this is gonna be a season of no, like I'm not doing any extra activities, and she's been really good with that. So like spring and summer and fall are like my go season, and then I just let her know like, hey, like in the winter time, if you want to go on a vacation, we can do that. That can be our time. And just like then delegating your calendar and just being like, hey, like Friday night we have a date night, or hey, we're going to go for a walk at night. That's our 15 minutes to debrief on how the day went, stuff like that. But the wife's also a go-getter. Like she's trying to be a doctor. She's applying for med school, and then she did PCP, and then she just finished up her degree for ACP, which is an advanced care paramedic. Cool. So and then she's also working full time. So it's like
So she's running.
She's she's a go-getter too. So yeah, just like finding time, right? Like when you truly love someone, you're gonna find time for them. Whether that be sometimes she doesn't do something that she wants to do so that she can hang out with me, or I don't take on a job on a Saturday because I want to hang out with her.
Right.
But yeah, just stuff like that. Just communication is the big thing, and just like wanting to delegate time, right? Like if you know your calendar, then you can plan for it.
Do you think finding someone who's like similar to you when it comes to like goals or work ethic and all that, do you think that's pretty important? Or yeah,
this wouldn't have worked with my previous and just like someone that's understanding, right? If someone's not like willing to or understanding of the situation, then it's not going to work, right? Like or it's going to work, but there's going to be a ton of stress on it, right? And there's no stress within the relationship, so that's nice.
No, that's really nice. Yeah, I mean it's kind of similar for me. My last relationship, it was kind of like the point where I realized, hey, I actually need to start working. I'm quite a bit younger than you, so then like I guess I cruised for a while. I just kind of worked by the hour, and then I was dating a girl, and I guess it's kind of on me because I changed a bit, but I started realizing I need to actually work. But for her, it was like, well, we got to spend all this time together all the time. And it was like every evening you got to come over kind of thing. And then it obviously just doesn't work out, right? And, yeah, which is.
And like, you're not going to be the person that you were a few years ago, right? Like when you're that young,
right?
Like you grow, you change, right? And like you evolve, and it's definitely easier, I must say, like when you live with the person.
Fair enough.
But like when you're dating from a distance, like it's tough. Like, yeah, you want to see the person. But yeah, it gets better.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and what kind of personal goals are you working on right now for yourself? I know you mentioned like trying new things and.
Yeah, just got on to not just, but like 4 months ago, got on a fitness plan with Jeff Magnuson Athletics.
Yeah, that's cool.
Little
You're
plug.
telling about that.
But yeah, I dropped a bunch of weight with him so far, bulking up a bit to put on muscle, and then we'll shred down again.
Cool.
But yeah, fitness, I went from like 270 pounds down to like 213.
That's
back
awesome.
up to like 220 right now, and then cut again. But then yeah, just like net worth was pretty big for me this year. Set a goal, and it was kind of like in the sweet spot. Like, yeah, it scared me, but it also made me interested. Like, yeah, it's still capable, but it's going to be a stretch.
Like it wasn't impossible.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one I kind of got from Kevin Trudeau. Talks about it as in his book. I think it's called Your Wish is Your Desire, or something like that. And he just talks about like the sweet spot, something that's like pushes you, but you also think that it's capable. So that's what we did. It was a net worth goal. I wanted to invest $100,000 into the market, which was done in 10.5 months, which was nice.
That's awesome, man. Good for you.
Thanks. And then, yeah, I'm not too sure what next year's plan is, to be honest with you. I'm going to have to sit down and evaluate. But yeah, it was pretty much like finance and then fitness, and then also just like get the company straight.
Cool.
Yeah.
And you're thinking you're wanting to hire like an employee or a partner for the company?
Yeah. So next year will be either hiring someone or partnering with someone.
Cool.
That's in talks.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
What do you see yourself doing like 10 years from now?
I don't know. Probably something to do with like teaching of some sort. Like,
yep.
I don't plan on working forever. So like whether it be like I go around teaching people how to polish or how to start businesses or how to detail or how to invest, definitely have to work on my speech.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, something to help people like get out of the rat race, or at least get their base set up. Something that has purpose. Yeah, probably would be the case.
That's cool. Yeah, because like a real get out of the rat race, like a real guru, not all these buy e-commerce stuff and sell it and you'll be rich. Yeah.
Like it's pretty like, I don't want to say it's pretty simple, but just like figuring out how much money you want for when you retire, and then how much money you need to make now, how much money you need to invest now, and what sacrifices you need to make, and then grow from there, right? Like if you simplify it, it's doable, right? Like quit eating out, quit spending money on Amazon. Like there's random packages showing up at your house all the time, and just automate it.
I actually I canceled my Amazon membership this year, like my Prime membership, because I want to stop buying Amazon packages, and I've like saved a ton of money. I think I've ordered 2 packages through other people who have accounts, and it's so much more of a hassle to do that I just I don't order Amazon anymore. Yeah, it's great.
I don't even scroll Amazon. The only thing I buy on Amazon is like rags for the company, through like the rag company. Right. It's like the only way that I can get it shipped to me. But funny. Other than that, just like know where you're spending your money. Like, I'm not gonna say budgeting is like end all be all, because like at the end of the day, sometimes it's an income issue. But at least like budget so that you know where your money's going and how much money you need for your current situation. It's quite big. But like there's so many times where I was guilty for it, just like swipe the credit card. There's money in my account, but I don't know how much money.
Right.
Like I was never worried about it, but also I was pretty sloppy. Like eating, like I used to be mobile service only, so eating three meals out every day, it's like $50-$60. Plus you get a couple energy drinks. That's another $7. So you're like $57 a day just eating out.
Yeah, no,
It adds up. Like,
because I work through Kelowna all the time too, and so that was like probably about 6 months ago. I decided I gotta stop just fast food because it's all like it's so easy, right? And it usually tastes better than what I make at home for myself. So it's
exactly.
like, or you know, a cold sandwich. It's like, oh, I could go get like a hot burger right now. It's like, you just gotta cut it off, right? And
Exactly. Just know where your money's going, and then this is like a Dave Ramsey quote, but it's like every dollar has a job.
Right.
So utilize it.
Dave Ramsey's cool. I used to listen to him all the time.
Yeah, I used to too. But then like I listened to his podcast and it's just like people complaining about their situation. I'm like, I'm not really getting anything from this other than I'm in a better situation than most people.
Yeah. I think honestly, if you're in your 20s and you're thinking about finances already, you're probably in a better situation than most people. Like it's a issue. Like, I was just looking at the numbers the other day, and it's like 1980 there were 30 billionaires worldwide, and then 2000 there were like 300. From 2000 to now, there's now like 3,000. But the insane thing is the average person's wage hasn't gone up much at all, like barely at all. So it's like people are getting very, very wealthy, but the average person isn't. And there's just like the divide is getting bigger, and the difference between like North America and a third world country is like we have a middle class, but that middle class is just like disappearing, right?
Yeah, there's a few things on that, like a K-shape. Blanked on it. K-shaped market now. Whatever, like the rich are getting richer, and the middle, like the middle class are now becoming poor. I don't know, but like you have to think like to become a billionaire, you have to take some massive risks.
Yeah. Or you have to have
it's not just
it's like a family, a generational thing.
Yeah, I think that's one way of thinking about it. It's just like it's interesting, right? You have to take some serious risks to become a billionaire, millionaire, or anything like that, right? And like,
you think that's a good idea, taking risks?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Why live a simple life? We're only here for so long.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know the actual years, but like Jeff Bezos, like, I think it was Amazon was like supposed to be a book company, and it wasn't doing very good for like 15 years.
Yeah.
And then it just like he pivoted and it took off, right? Like, Andy Frisella with his supplement store, he like paid himself like $500 and just lived on a floor in the back and just like made it work, right? Like, so for people to be judging billionaires, millionaires hard, you got to think about the sacrifices that they've done, the risks that they've taken, whether that be personal or financial.
I think if someone's a billionaire, I'm seeing it from a different perspective now that I'm actually like trying to work harder. It's like the amount of respect I have for people who are wealthy has gone through the roof. It's like, I know how much more work that takes. Like the amount of drive someone has to have to actually get to that point is insane. It's insane, right? It's like that guy's a machine, right? Like, everyone who's doing extremely well is like they have been very driven. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think. And they're not like Ed Milet talks about this. Is like he doesn't take more than 2-day vacations back in his like early days, but like there's people out here that are taking 2 weeks.
Right.
So it's like you don't have time to do that.
Yeah, you're making $30,000 a year, and you're like, no, but I need my 2 weeks off. It's
because like you do your 2 weeks, and then you're in limbo for a week afterwards, and then you're trying to find work or calling clients or whatever. It just doesn't work out.
Especially if you have your own business, like.
Yeah.
Well, it's crazy. I was at the barber on Thursday, and one of the guys who works there he's gone to Asia for 6 months, and he's hiking through Asia. I was like, he's an employee at a barber shop. How much is this guy making to afford that? And I was talking to the barber, and I was just like, that's crazy. And he's like, yeah, well, he's an employee. You can afford to do that when you're an employee, but if you own a business, you can't afford to do that. You have less money when you own a business because you got to make the business work, right?
Yeah, and that's like one thing I used to do, like when I was early days, like with winter, I wasn't able to work being mobile, so I'd take off. But like now that I have a shop and able to work through the winter, I'm like, I can't do that. Like I always think like it's one thing, like it's different ways that like it's all mind games, like different perspectives. But it's like, okay, the vacation's gonna cost $5,000, but I'm also not going to be able to work for 2 days or for 2 weeks.
Right.
So then there's like, that's another 10 grand or
Right.
5 grand or whatever. So like the vacation, what's actually truly
What's the
opportunity
true
cost
yeah.
going to, you know,
and if you could have invested that 15 grand into the S&P 500,
you just play these games in your mind. You're like,
really, it's like $1 million that the vacation cost you. So it's like,
but
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
You know.
But those are things I do. It's like, what's the opportunity cost? So yeah, it's 5 grand plus it's gonna be time off work. You know, is this vacation really worth 15, 20,000, right?
Yeah, totally.
And then like, there's gonna be times where it is like, we're booking a trip to Japan next year. And
Nice.
it's just like,
Yep, that'll be cool.
it's something that's like, yes, I'm ready for this, but you have to put your time in.
Yep, you save up for it. I don't know if you've done this before, but I really like when I want to go do something like this on Monday. It's my brother's birthday, so we're going down to Vancouver for like a night, and just gonna spend some time in Vancouver because it's fun. But like for me, I only pay for those kinds of things with extra money. Like I sold some old thing that I had for like $200. I was like, okay, this is like, I can do something with this that I want to do. Any money that I'm actually like making goes back into what I'm working on. Yeah, which is
side money.
Yeah, side money.
Yeah, it's good. Like that's the thing is like, with technology changing, is like how many things are kind of a little bit outdated that we don't use anymore, whether it be headphones or an old laptop or an old Xbox, and just like sell those to fund the new activities.
Totally. Yeah.
It's just money sitting there.
Yeah. Exactly. Everything's money when you look at it.
Exactly. Yeah. Like that's what I like about the minimalist lifestyle too. It's just like not spending like I hated buying this. Like I'm not a big computer guy, but my accountant was like, you need a laptop. I was like, all right, fine. But it sucks. Like it's $3 grand, but it's an investment.
Right.
But
yeah. If it's something for your business, right?
Exactly. Yeah. And like you're gonna use it, you're gonna get the value out of it. But that's also another thing is like from the previous conversation about the K-shaped economy and whatnot, and like with billionaires, is but bringing true value, right, to the marketplace.
Right.
Like if you're just going to be serving burgers, like there's not too much value to it. But if you're going to be one that's like willing to open up a restaurant and deliver the best burgers, like that's a different story, right?
Yeah, totally. Like you're bringing so much to the economy. You're bringing more labor, like more work, so that you can hire more people. You can you're providing a new attraction for people. You're helping with tourism, all sorts of stuff, right?
That's cool. And that's like the risk, right? And like you get paid on how much risk you're willing to take, and effort and dedication, the whole 9 yards. But it'd be one situation like if everyone was like busting their balls trying to make it work, and the economy wasn't working. It's a different story than
communism,
how many people are just sitting back and they're expecting a payment. Right?
Well, that's kind of like the difference between communism and capitalism.
Well, that's what's kind of going on. Is like everyone's like wanting a stimmy or whatever. That guy in New York was just talking about how it's like, don't send us money, and then 24 hours after getting elected for mayor, he's like, you can send me money.
Yeah, exactly. It's
like not everything's free. I didn't expect it to be.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. It's like back in the day, like grade 10, grade 11 is like, no, I don't need to work. Like my family's got me. Like we're in a good position. And it's like, no, like if you want anything in life, you better go work for it. Like there's time for money trade-off until you can trade off again and delegate. But like you have to be able to work and like provide value, and
I think
it's kind of a weird concept that's like going on.
Yeah, that reminds me of a Dave Ramsey quote. I think you might know this one, where he's like, live like no one else until you can live like nobody else. Yeah. Which I always thought that's really cool, right? Like drive the car that no one will drive until you can drive the car that no one can drive, right? Yeah. Or that's a stupid example, but like,
Yeah. And like also just like pivoting our thought process of like things are too expensive to like say, how do I make more money?
Right.
Like, there's so many different ways, whether it be e-commerce or whatnot, but I can't speak upon that because I don't know it. But it's like, oh, can I work a Saturday?
Right.
Okay, I'll get that done. Or can I start, say even like not owning a business. So I'll remove myself from owning business, but like, can I flip vehicles? Like that's how I started when I was young. I had $1,200, $1,250 for my net worth. And I bought like a 1991 GMC Sonoma and then fixed
Nice.
that up and then sold that and then bought a Prelude and then flipped that and then bought a
Right.
Jeep and then bought a Mazda 3 and just kept flipping and then I got into diesel trucks. It was like, how can I make more money? Whether it be like, can I restore old furniture? Can I flip vehicles? Can I
Right.
flip sports cards? Can I like study stocks or cryptocurrencies or trade currencies? Like all sorts of stuff, right? Is there stuff around here that I can sell like to make more money to then pursue a goal? Like if the 9 to 5 isn't working, then how can we pivot our
Right.
thought process to be like, it's not woe is me, it's how can I fucking
Yeah.
get what I want?
No, absolutely. Yeah.
So whether that be streaming, like that's going to take some time, or being a ghostwriter, or like there's so many different things.
Mm-hmm.
to
So many
then-
opportunities.
To then, yeah, it's just about finding the ways, right?
Yeah.
Like, and it's not the first thought's going to be the way to make the money, but
Yeah. You
what-
just find ways to invest in yourself until you
Exactly.
find something that pays you more than you put into it.
exactly, and
Yeah.
just like what interests me so much, like that's like one of the things I had a conversation with Lane about. Was like, and he used to work for McDonald's, and I may have the story slightly off, but he used to work for McDonald's, and he's like, this isn't going to work. Like, what really interests me, and in his case, it was like computer parts or like chips or like some RAM chips or whatever,
Mhm.
and that's how he really got into it. But in my case, it was vehicles. I really found vehicles interesting, whether it be
Right.
fixing them up, cleaning them up, flipping them, and that really gave me a drive. And once you get your drive,
Yeah.
it's a hard thing to stop. It's like momentum.
Totally. Yeah.
Like when you're 17 years old and you had $1,200, and then all of a sudden you had 4K, and then you took that 4K and then you flipped it to 6, and then you bought a $6,000 Jeep, and then you flipped that to 12, and then you buy a truck and you flip that for 17, and it's just like all of a sudden you're like, holy shit, I got some money, and then
Yeah.
you can figure it out from there.
Yeah. Totally.
But you have to start getting those multipliers quick, right?
Yeah.
Like,
I think that works at any age in life too. You just got to start something.
yeah, and like if you don't have $3,000, like I used to flip cell phones or flip laptops or modify Xboxes, or you'd go on Craigslist and you find like these Xbox 360 bundle packs. Okay, well then I'm gonna take the Xbox 360 with all this stuff, pay $300 for it, and then okay, there's a few games here that I can sell for 40, and then keep the bundle like this, so that's an extra 80, and I'm gonna take one of the controllers and sell that separately for 50, and then I'm gonna sell this for what I initially invested, so then I got $90,
Right.
but I only
Yeah.
invested 300 initially. Like that's pretty good. Like just different things like that until you start to save up some capital and then move
Yeah.
on from there.
Yeah, there's lots of ways to get a little bit of capital. And then once you have some capital, then you're going to need capital to start a business. But once you get a bit, then you can do something you're really passionate about, right? Like you were saying.
Exactly.
I think that whole idea of people say, oh, that's way too expensive when they look at something, right? Like a car or something. And it's like, I think that even that mindset shift to where that's way too expensive for me. But there's thousands of people where that's just pocket change, right?
Mm-hmm.
And how can I get to that point?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I was listening to a podcast today with Kevin Trudeau, and he was talking about, he's like this famous infomercial guy, but he was talking about buying a jet plane, which was like 50 million, and then one of the guys was saying like, oh yeah, when the money comes, then we'll talk about it. But it's like, no, like how do we do it now? Like how, without having the money, how do we figure out how to make it now, right?
Right.
Like
Get that money.
if you want it, like how are we gonna get it? It's not just gonna happen,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
You're not just gonna continue to go to your 9 to 5 and make it happen.
No, you want. Yeah.
It hasn't done it in the previous year. It's not gonna change.
That
right?
definition of
Insanity.
insanity is doing
Yeah.
the same thing over and over again with expecting something different. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like even if you're working a 9 to 5, like how can you do an exceptional job? Like how can I
Mhm.
do it better? Doesn't mean I show up 15 minutes earlier. Do I clean the bathrooms when no one
Right.
asks? Do I take out the garbage? Do I make the experience for the customer exceptional? Like how do I do it? Like there's
Right.
ways, right? But it's like we need to get out of the mindset of like, poor me, I'm just gonna do my 9 to 5 and go home and be sorry for myself. It's like, how do you get yourself out of that circle of
Totally.
what the norm is? Is everyone else doing the 9 to 5? Like, how do I step up and be like the outlier? And how
Right.
does the manager see? Like, how will the manager see me?
Yeah.
know?
No, totally. Yeah. Because I think one of the biggest things is having a good reputation, and that'll take you a long way.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And your work ethic. Like, there's
Yeah.
been so many times where guys are like, man, like you worked so long on my car, like, or how, like it's 7 o'clock at night, it's gotten dark, like how are you still working on my vehicles? It's like, when you have the drive, nothing else matters.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm still going to provide, even though it's getting dark, I'm going to provide the best job I can for you.
Right. Yeah.
Regardless of it, because I know at the end of the day, you're going to be happy with it. I'm going to be happy with the quality of job that I delivered, and there's going to be something that comes from it. Like,
yeah, that's awesome.
People always make comments on your work ethic, right? And like also like how you show up. Are you clean cut? Are you sloppy? How's
Right.
your vehicle? Are you on time? You know, like how do you present yourself?
Yeah, it's a big thing for sure.
Yeah, it's like, and then another one would be like, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. How do you make the customer feel? You know, oh, you've got this shitty car that's showing up. No, this thing looks brand new. Like today, like there was like a 2008 or 2009 Ford Escape, and so like, it's an older vehicle.
Yeah, nothing.
But
flashy.
they were like, this thing looks brand new. It's like, hell yeah, cleaned up nice. Like this thing is new. Like this is gonna be they're passing it on to a family member. It's gonna be great for them. It's gonna be a brand new vehicle for them.
Yeah,
they're not gonna need
awesome.
a new vehicle for years. Like just stuff like that. Like hype the situation up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, bring some energy. Don't just be like, oh, I'm here for my job.
Right.
Like,
totally.
You know, just like stuff like that. Like bring some energy. Have some fun with it. You never know the opportunity that's gonna come from it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's great. Yeah, that's really good. I guess kind of my last question for you was if you had any, because you gave me a really good trick for finding good books to read. So you got to tell me the trick again, and then also like any good book recommendations. That would be great.
Yeah. So I'll just tell you the situation that happened. I was like, I have a learning disability.
Mm-hmm.
I don't read very good. I don't speak very good. So I've had to pivot my whole life like around these disabilities, and like I've done okay. So it's like, you know, like challenge comes with opportunity. But like I don't like reading books. But after going to Dan Martell's founders meetup at August Motors there, Jeremy Pogue was like, not all leaders are readers, but all readers are leaders. Something like that.
I think it's the other way around.
Okay.
Not all readers are leaders, but all leaders are readers.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
And like that hit me,
That's
and
one.
I was like, I don't fucking read. Like,
Right.
you know, I read articles and headlines and whatnot, but I don't ever dive into something. So I was like, how do I get my best bang for my buck? Buying books. Like I bought a couple books at what is that, Mosaic down on Bernard or whatever, and I was like, this kind of sucks. Like it's $35-40 bucks a book.
They're expensive.
So I was like, oh, let's go down to like a thrift shop, and I was like, buy them all. So I was like, Habit for Humanity or whatever, and they had a promotion, or they have a promotion that's like $1.50 a book or $2.50 for a hard copy, and I was like, I'll buy 10 books, and I'll bring them home. And then I was there, and I was like starting to read through them. I'm like, how am I gonna get through all these books? And I was like, okay, I'll read 15. I think it actually started with like 30 pages. But I'm a slow reader, so I was like, 30 pages is taking me way too damn long. So I was like, 15 pages, and then so I read the synopsis or whatever on the back, and I was just like, which one interests me? So I kind of picked it from there. So I had 3 books, and I started reading 15 pages, and then I'd read another 15 pages and another 15 pages. And I was like, okay, which one interests me of those? Like, which 2 interests me from there? And then would read another 15 pages, another 15 pages, and then I'd pick the one from those 2. And then, yeah, so that ended up getting me on like Psyched on, what was that book called? Psyched on Service, which was a great book, recommend it. And then went back to my other book, and it was like The Velocity and The Runway of Life by Paul Legg.
Right.
And then, yeah, the Velocity book is like about dealership, which I thought would interest me because I like flipping vehicles. But then The Runway of Life just like hit me hard, like tons of good knowledge in there. And like they had one quote earlier that I did use already, and it was like, when was the last time that you did something for the first time? And I was just like, damn.
Yeah, it's a good one.
So I dove into that book a fair bit. So yeah, that's how I did it.
Cool. Yeah, that's awesome.
Opportunity from a disability.
That's it. It's such a good. I've literally been using that idea because it was a great idea. I like it. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you got to make things work for you, right? Like everyone learns a little bit differently. Everyone retains information a little bit differently. Like I'm hands-on. I have to typically experience it for me to remember it. I don't just read someone else's. So yeah, you just make it work with how you are, right?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, I know we've been talking for quite a while, but it's been really awesome.
It's been good.
Yeah, so you have a company. What's the company name, and like where can people find you?
It's DMAC Detailing at
Okay.
dmacdetailing.com.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Social media as well, like Instagram?
DMAC Details.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'll put it in the link, and definitely like go check out his company because
Yeah,
you do a
appreciate
great
it.
job. So
Thank you.
yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, thanks for talking. It's been
Yeah, no
awesome.
worries, man. That was good.